Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the North American Star Team League. If you've just tuned in, it is ace match time between Team Liquid and Mousesports. I'm so excited for this. They're sending in the two players, Thorzane and Rhett. How could you ask for a better way to finish out this tournament or this clan war? This is absolutely ridiculous. Two of the best foreigners in the world pairing up against each other, trying to take it for their team. So let's go ahead and jump into it. It's Ohana Ree, Liquid Rhett in the top left-hand position. Bottom right-hand position, we have Mouz Thorzane.
I really love this matchup. Zerg versus Terran is one of my most favorite matchups, and those two players are just amazing. And I think it's really good that we see Red again, because against Moro he was just not able to show his skill. He lost on Belcher Beach within 4 minutes because of his opening and the perfect counter of Moro. So I like that we see him play again, and we see him in the same matchup. And it's kind of nice that those two players, they have quite a history. They've played 16 maps in tournaments already, and from those 16 maps, 63% were won by Red, so he is ahead when it comes down to the direct comparison with Thorzane. But Thorzane lately, we talked a little bit about Gretorp, he is just such a strong player against Zerg lately, and he plays this massive ghost style that he sometimes just plays is so annoying to deal with if you are a warrior of the swarm.
Yeah, we're talking about ghosts are so strong against Zerg these days, but hey, look at this. Now, I want to reference a game that we saw last week with Liquid Rhett against QXG Theogonus. And Theogonus did this exact same build in this exact same place, and Rhett didn't actually scout this out. Well, this time around, he will. Look at this. The Overlord goes directly over top both these barracks, and the barracks will be spotted. How does Rhett actually deal with this? He throws down the spawning pool immediately. Thank you, Rhett. I love it.
This time there's no delay. He definitely knows what's coming, and he will react accordingly. So let's see if Thorzane is able to pull it off nonetheless. It will be a toughie though.
Yep. You can see the first couple of Marines are just going out there. 3 SEVs behind this, and that's the type of drone pull I like to see.
Yeah.
10 drones being pulled off the line. That's what you need.
That looks a little bit different than in the game against Moro.
Then 3, and then they just go to mine. Yeah, definitely. But that's what you need just to buy yourself time for those Zerglings to come out. And normally how you beat any type of early aggression is you actually send your Zerglings out so that you can get and threaten a good surround. You can see the drones just buying more and more time. They actually drone drilled all the way in. They're going to go outside and cut off the incoming Marines, but this is so much damage being done to Rhett. Thorzane. Holy crap.
I was about to say, Thorzane is doing really well, and he already killed 4 drones, and he will probably kill more. The Zerglings are out now, so let's see if that stutter step of Thorzane will win him the game nonetheless. The Overlord might be killed, and that would be crucial, as he would be supply blocked. More Zerglings streaming in. The drones trying to go for the surround. Oh, very well done by Red. But is it enough to kill those Marines from Thorzane?
Well, the Marines won't die, but he has more Zerglings, and now that he has a Spine Crawler up, I think he'll be absolutely fine. He's now chasing the remaining Marines over here, but I don't think that he really has to worry, because that Spine Crawler just represents so much. He's probably going to start droning up as we speak, but let's look at the income tab. Equal Harvesters, 11 to 11, but that Mule, we always know, and we always talk about, the Mule is so difficult to deal with. Oh my goodness, this is a completely undefended main. These Zerglings are going to be running in here, and they're just going to go up against SEVs. What a great way to, come back into this.
Yeah, definitely. So let's see how Liquid Red is dealing now with those units, and he's doing a really good job so far. As you already mentioned, there's nothing to defend this main base, and the Zerglings are just trying to deal some damage, and Thorzane is losing none of his harvesters, but he's losing a little bit of mining time.
Oh yeah, that's going to be very helpful. I think that's the one thing Rhett can actually count on happening. He actually kills one SCV. Great mic from both these players. You can see the Zerglings are pretty badly damaged. He just wants to keep going back and forth, trying his hardest to actually keep them off the line. You can see that did happen to an extent. But here we go. It looks like Thorzane is just massing up a lot of Marines. The Zerglings need to be so careful.
Oh, and by the way, we have Thorzane pulling off additional 4 SCVs. So looking at it, we have 16 to 16 harvesters. That mule you mentioned, it plays a huge role now. But Thorzane is pulling off 4 SCVs, and if Red continues to produce Zerglings, he should be in a really, really good position.
Yes, I have to agree, of course. Now, Zerglings are actually grouping up. It looks like Zerglings from behind. They're going to get caught. Rhett needs to be very careful. The surround is trying to be begun, but no, that's not going to do anything at all. What a cost-efficient trade for Thorzane. That was a pivotal, turning point, I think, for Thorzane at this point. And now Red has to completely defend hardcore.
Look at the barracks. He's building 3 additional barracks. He's going for he's going for even more Marines. 2 barracks didn't work. Okay, well, let's try 5. And you mentioned it. The thing is, running those links into the Marines was really, really painful for him, because he had 2 groups of lings, and with those 2 groups of lings, he could have used one of them to pose a threat to the barracks and to keep the Marines running, to keep them guessing where you go, and sneak the second one into the main base to attack, because there are still no defenses for Thorzane. But with all of those lings dying to the Marines, Red is now in a really, really brutal position. He has the same amount of harvesters, but the mule plays a huge role, and I'm not sure if Red is really expecting Thorzane to attack with 5 to 6 barracks.
Yeah, 6 barracks on the way right now. Now, I like this, and Overlord is going over into this position. Maybe it can actually spot out these barracks. If he does, that will give him the cue to actually mass defend against this. Now remember, there are destructive debris out here in the right-hand position, so these spine crawlers can be blindsided very easily, but as we speak, it looks like Metabolic Boost is being upgraded still. No Baneling Nest. That will prove to be very, very important. But Khaldor, we're going to see the big engagement coming up pretty soon, and we'll see, can Red actually defend this?
28 Marines right now. The SCVs are walking up the ramp and baiting the fire of the 3 spine crawlers. Immediately, Thorzane pulls back and is heading now for the destructible roofs that you just mentioned.
Yeah, this is going to be really tough for him to stop. The spine crawlers actually pop up. They're going to reposition. Is it going to be enough time? I think so. The destructible rocks are slowly getting chipped away. The Marines only deal 3 damage. It looks like Thorzane will poke in from the front just to see if the units the spine crawlers were repositioned. He's going to be very glad to see this. Now he can blindside just the front entrance, and Banelings are going to be morphed, so he needs to buy as much time as possible. Can Red actually do it?
Red is now going for the Marines, but very nice positioning by Thorzane. The Banelings are being morphed on. That is so crucial. With the Baneling Nest, he might be able to defend against this, but he needs to hurry. Thorzane is in really good position. Didn't do enough damage to the Marines. There's still too many of them. One of the spine crawlers is already dead. The second one is dying right now. The third one is gone, and now all the drones need to go back into the main base. He will lose that second base if not for some miracle Baneling hitting the whole army of Thorzane, but Thorzane should be able to dodge them and killing another Overlord. Oh god. Liquid Red, even though he has the same supplies, Thorzane is looking really, really bad right now.
Nice snipes. He actually sniped down the Banelings, but the Marines get completely surrounded. Thorzane's going to be cleaned up, but is it enough? Oh my god, I have no clue. 24 harvesters to 12, so really good for Red, actually.
Yeah. He actually pulled it off with surrounding those units. He was in the position that he could take down all the Marines. And I feel like for a few seconds, Thorzane just didn't pay attention to what was happening in the main base of Red.
Oh my god, and Red all of a sudden might actually win this game. I thought he was in a really tough position. Maybe if he sniped the natural instead of going up into the main, but still the harvester count goes heavily towards Red's favor. Red is going to actually swing over to the main, but there is a Marine behind a lot of supply depots. There might even be a Baneling bust over here, but that's going to be the trigger.
I mean, I saw that force in the main base of Red, and that shouldn't have happened. Thorzane should have been able to micro his Marines well enough in order to dodge that surround. But with all those drones being pulled, he just didn't react in time, didn't go back in time, and that cost him the game. GG.
Oh my god, what a sick game. Red.
So well done by Red.
I know. Go ahead.
Well, I just know. I really thought he was dead. I really thought he was dead.
Me
He
too.
pulled all the drones up. He lost so many of them. The spine crawlers were gone. The banelings did some damage, but not as much as he hoped for. He couldn't really connect with the Marines. He just killed a few of them. And then there was this force of Marines in the main base of Red, and suddenly he's just able to surround all of them. And he kills every single Marine. And from that point on, there was just this huge harvest account with 24 against 11, and he kept producing lings. The second base wasn't gone. Thorstein didn't kill it, and wow,
Dude.
Liquid Red is actually winning this game. Amazing.
Dude, that was absolutely unbelievable. He stopped Theogonist last week. Now he stops Thorstein on Ohana after he does that barracks pressure. I mean, stopping 6 barracks when you don't know what's coming, that in itself is so impressive. The fact that he was not only able to stop it, but defeat his opponent, because there's a lot of different waves. I mean, if you do wave after wave after wave, it becomes very, very efficient for the Terran, because obviously their waves are a lot more cost efficient for them. So you need those banelings. You need to connect with them. Thorstein actually sniped out a lot of the banelings, but as you said, going up into main and micro, and kind of weird, you know, staying in that ball might have not been the best decision, but it's very hard to tell. It's a very high pressure type of game, and I have to give props to Rhett that time. That was an unbelievable game, and he finished out so nicely.
Exactly, it was very, very well done, and he takes the lead in this best of 3, and rightly so.
Yep, so we're going to go into game number 2 of this ace match right now. 1-0 up for Liquid over Mouz, of course, and we will be back. Game number 2, don't go away. The action is just heating up.